Hey, Hassa from Hassa Reviews here for say brief summary video. This isn't really a review. I mean, I will give a score for this, but with documentaries, it's not. It's a bit difficult to sort of rank it a little bit, and I've sort of discovered that a bit as I've talked about them in the past with documentary films and all that. But we're here. This is obviously we're here to talk about one right now, and here this is 1-to-1, John and Yoko. Yeah. Should mention, I this is more of a special video, more safe for my brother because he is a huge Beatles fan, and and all the members and all that. And look, I like John Lennon's solo music, so I thought, why not? Might as well look into it. And I mean, this is obviously produced by Sean uh, Ono Lennon, John Yoko's son. Um, and also strangely produced by Brad Pitt. I was not expecting that, but yeah, his name popped up in the credits, and I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, but yeah, so basically this just covers this is obviously the main thing is obviously connecting to John and Yoko's one-to-one benefit concerts to support children, in in shelters and all that as well. But it's obviously this mainly focuses around the 18-month period where they lived in Greenwich Village in New York City, so 1971 to 1973, with all the political activism that they were involved in, obviously being opposed to the Vietnam War. John getting threatened to be deported due to a drug scandal or something like that. I forget the full details. And everything that was going on from Richard Nixon's term and subsequent re-election with Watergate going on in the background and all that, and a few other things as well, such as a bit of help towards Bob Dylan, strangely enough. So, there are some bits of the history that I honestly wasn't so sure about. I guess the big thing to keep in mind is that this doesn't really go explore the entirety of John and Yoko's life together post the Beatles breakup, but they do address a little bit and what sort of happened before they uh, before the split, the Fab Four split, and a couple of other things like Yoko's daughter being taken away from her and not being able to see her again, despite her and John's attempt to find her. Yeah, they do address a few things. But yeah, I guess the big thing, but yeah, that's the big thing to keep in mind is that it's not actually going to address everything about their relationship. It's only an 18-month period, but within that 18 months, it's a lot of information, really a lot I wasn't expecting. And they actually have archival recordings of John and Yoko speaking on phone and all that. That they sprinkle in here and there to address to address specific details when it comes to them pulling out of political benefit concerts because of their changing ideals and the violence that's going on with them. Yeah, so it's actually very interesting to see how much they sprinkle in, and yeah, kind of, kind of is, kind of is incredible that it fills out, a good hour. This goes for about an hour, 1 hour and 30 to 40 minutes, and for what it is, it's they use the length pretty well. Honestly, I have a much more fulfilling experience watching this than I did watching Karate Kid Legends, which I know isn't a good, the best comparison because one's an actual movie, one this is just a documentary. But you do sort of have to mention it. Yeah, well, I thought I should mention it, I should say. But yeah, I think the big thing that came. I think this is a good documentary, and I really enjoyed it. As I said, the one thing you gotta keep in mind if you are going to see it, well, it's not going to be out in theaters for that long. But you gotta just keep in mind that this is just telling, basically on an 18-month period, and all that. And I think it's a good documentary and worth your time to watch if you get the chance. I give this an 8 out of 10, if I'm being honest. Yeah, pretty good documentary, and I thought it was pretty good. But I will be getting back to regular reviews of movies in the future. But first, I gotta do something for Mario Kart World. Subsequently, Nintendo Switch 2 related, but I'm mainly focusing on Mario Kart World, so that'll be my next big video. Well, actually, two videos because there is an extra bit I'm going to do it as well, but we'll get to that. I'll talk about it once I get to the end of the first video of the main review. But in the meantime, hats off Massive Users out, and I shall see you for my next video. Ciao!